No, no, no. I want it now. Give it to me.
Your first instinct is probably to give in. Just make it stop. And I get it. You're tired. You're already overwhelmed. You just want peace.
But here's what you might not realize.
What research on behavioral conditioning shows us is this. Every single time you give in to whining, you're actually training your child to do.
Do you know what you're actually teaching them? That whining works. That if they make enough noise, complain enough, escalate enough, they'll get what they want.
And if that's been your pattern, here's why the whining probably isn't getting better. It's getting worse.
So if you felt like you're trapped in an endless cycle of whining, if it feels like it never stops,
If you're starting to wonder if you're doing something fundamentally wrong as a parent,
you're about to understand exactly what's happening. And more importantly, let me paint a picture. It's 5 p.m. on a Tuesday.
You've had a long day. Your toddler's been in preschool, you've been at work. Everyone's tired, you're exhausted, you're already at your limit.
And then it starts, the whining. I want a snack, I want juice, I want a snack. Why can't I have? I want.
20 minutes of it. Relentless.
and you're standing in your kitchen and you can't handle one more second of that sound.
So you give in, you get the juice, you get the snack. And you feel relieved. But you also feel guilty. Because somewhere deep down, you know, you probably shouldn't have given in.
Here's what we see across parenting communities consistently: this guilt. A pattern that shows up over and over.
You're exhausted, you're doing your best, and it doesn't feel like it's working. And you're carrying so much guilt.
Let me be really clear about something. This isn't about bad parenting. This isn't about being weak or inconsistent or not loving your child enough.
And it's definitely not about you being a failure. This is about a pattern that feels like kindness in the moment,
But creates the opposite of what you actually want long term.
The guilt you're carrying, it's because you're caught between your instinct and something you sense isn't working. And that's actually a sign that you're paying attention, that you care enough to want to do better.
So here's what you need to know. Understanding what's happening is the first step to changing it. And I'm about to show you something that's going to shift how you see whining forever. Here's what's counterintuitive. Giving into whining feels like the kind thing to do.
It feels like you're responding to what your child needs.
It feels gentle. But it's actually teaching them the opposite of what you want. Not asking nicely. Whining equals getting what I want. Loud noise equals success. Desperation equals results.
Now, the thing that makes parents nervous about this is that it sounds harsh. It sounds like I'm suggesting you ignore your child.
That you don't care about their needs. That you're being cold. But I want to reframe this for you completely.
Look at you having so much fun.
When your child whines, "I want juice," they're expressing a need. The need is legitimate. Juice is fine.
Asking for juice is fine, but the whining part, the how they're asking, that's the part that doesn't get rewarded.
Because here's the kind thing to do. Meet the need, but not because of the whining. Meet the need when they ask calmly,
And that's where the deeper kindness comes in. You're saying, I see you. I see what you want, and I'm gonna help you.
But not because you're upset, because you're worth helping. Because you asked respectfully. Because that's how we get needs met in our family.
That's real kindness. That's teaching something that will serve your child for their entire life.
Let me break down what developmental research tells us about how toddler brains work. But I'll keep it simple.
This is actually how they learn. It's how they make sense of the world.
When whining leads to juice. When it leads to staying up 5 more minutes.
When it leads to leaving the park, their brain creates a connection.
And every time this happens, that connection gets stronger. It's called a reinforcement loop, and it's powerful.
The person who yells at the barista gets their order in 2 minutes. The person who asks politely waits 15 minutes. What are you gonna do next time?
You're gonna yell because you learned what works.
And